the story. So we're going to continue on, following from our brazen defeat of Father Gascoigne. Just to give you a brief rundown on what is new available and what I have. Vitality 17, Endurance and Strength 15, Skill 10, Blood Tinge and Arcane remain the same.
Farewell, good hunter. May you...
Okay. So far with the upgrades, we still have the Salt Cleaver at 2. Okay. Be sure to repair all your weapons. Make sure that there's nothing left there to repair. New items that I recommend purchasing if you've got the Echoes for it are the Hand Lantern, as it lights up particular areas, making it a lot easier to see. You can also acquire the Gascoigne Garb, which is required for the trophy, but I'm not going to purchase it at this time. We're then also going to take a look. We've got nothing spectacular. We've got the Hunter Chief Emblem, which we're going to kill some enemies, save up and buy, as it assists us in getting through the next part of Cathedral Ward. We also have the Care Camera, which we can now purchase as well, but to be aware that you'll see there it requires a tribute of strength of 16, so you will need to have that upgraded. Again, recommending the Lone Survivor as the starter, pretty much, or Trouble Pass even. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of as stationary. We've got a repeating pistol now as well, which give you a little inkling there. So yeah, nothing too spectacular after the first two bosses, but we're going to go ahead and instead of spawning in where we killed Gascoigne, we're going to go back to Central Garden. We'll see if there's any changes to any of the NPCs that we can speak with. Okay, so it looks like we do need to activate the Cathedral Ward cutscene first. Straight there. I'll just pause this before. Okay, so we spawn back in where we started off with killing Gascoigne. So one thing that we may have missed in the last ending of the Gascoigne part was that we picked up a red jeweled brooch over there and we used it, and it gives us a blood gem, which is going to become a little relevant now. I've already pre-opened the gate here, so we can just proceed on up. As our friend Gilbert mentioned, this looks like it will be the aqueduct entrance into the wall, so we'll see how it's going. I'm incredibly bright over here. I wish there was something I could do. Makes my head shudder. So we'll have to find out who the master is and who the bird and where the spoiler is. Blood Gem Workshop Tool. Give you a bit of insight onto that. This allows you to imbue your weapons with blood gems. see a little character over here. Let's go have a chat.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does, always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely, not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. Screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts. None of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, I tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over, if you wouldn't mind. I know I shouldn't be asking you. If you happen upon someone while hunting, tell them about this here Erden Chapel. If they seem worth being told, that is. Oh, and I do sincerely hope they are.
Okay, so it looks like our dear creepy church
I shouldn't be. Oh.
Our chapel dwelling friend is looking to seek some people to have as company. So this here's Cathedral Ward. You can tell now it's dusk, so we're approaching night swiftly. Might just see here is a bad guy. This guy will turn around and surprise attack you, so if you can get just within his range. Wasn't swift enough. Okay, let's swiftly deal with it. Just show you a couple of different aspects of this area here. See a closed gate and then a back door. Using the stairs here, bandaging against these doors. Really quite disadvantages there, so. So we can see now the sun is starting to set, by comparison to the way it was earlier where the sun was nice and bright and everything. So now if the place is getting darker, it's getting a bit harder to be more mysterious. There's a door out here to our left. That'll become relevant later on. Some enemies down here. You can see one comes down from the right and another one comes from the goes out to the left there. The strategy that I like to employ is you wait for that one to leave and then you wait for this one to show. He will discover you when you're on these steps, but he cannot come into the church. So the rest of them is to allow him to come close to you and simply shoot him as he strikes. He's a slow down. Around the corner here. Let's see, this is a new guard. Take it. Obviously decked out by that spatial ball of unhappiness and you'll be taken. As per before, sneak up on certain characters to play them there. Silver that helps us across the next couple of enemies. Down there leads a pathway to a new area. because we're still in Cathedral Ward, I'm just going to very quickly use this opportunity to explore some of the areas we have right now and kill some paladins. Here we've got a very large enemy called the Church. High risk and medium reward. If you're not the most confident with this type of enemy, it goes into Nord. Alternatively now, if you are okay to sneak up behind them, be sure to retreat because they have a larger range than most of our arms. Learn the patterns you do with other enemies. Make sure you're aware of the different steps that they can do. Remember, if they speed up or charge, you move back. Lowering is a great way in order to avoid the enemy completely so that you can double back around them. So you can see he swings from his right to his left. So walking around his left side is typically the best way to deal with it. Remember, get some swords off the beast so you can come here. Fire is not little effect in comparison to previous enemies. Allow him to turn his back. He will eventually be flat. We're going to attempt to sneak up on this enemy now. This will allow us to get in quite a large hits before he's able to stay around. Stay on his right shoulder. See if you have to pass past him. But you know, we did a fair amount of damage, but at least now we are indeed past this enemy. So that was just going to move around. In this next area, we've got some even more dangerous enemies, so it is a visible defense. I'm just waiting to see what walking pattern we're dealing with. So we've got two enemies. One of them has a club, the other one has a brick. The boys that go after the club enemy first to see is typically the more dangerous of the two. Anyway, we know that we can give them. As you move on to new areas. Stairs to your advantage for taller enemies. Don't let a smaller enemy take the advantage by being dimensional. This area here holds the binocular, which just allows you to zoom in on enemies from afar, so you can switch the items out. And you put them in the binocular. To use it, you just simply select X. Handy if you feel you may see something off in the distance for wider area maps. Now here's where we do need to be quick, as there is a church giant there and he is very dangerous. We're going to avoid him for now. But off in the distance there, you can see there's a new type of enemy crawling along the ground. These enemies contain bloodstone shards, which are useful for upgrading your weapons. So we're going to attempt to run up and kill this other one before being discovered. Get him off our backs. This area is typically known as the rolling area. You'll more often than not see notes left to describe that you have to roll while you're here. It's just a little fun gag that people put in, as there's lots of items to smash and make it otherwise. We have another gemstone, so that means we can equip some of our weapons with some upgrades. Be careful with this torch light now that he is no longer stationary, as he will be very dangerous. We also want the item that's in front of him, so we're going to walk just until we would be near his vision, and then we're going to run, grab the item, and dodge. Effectively escape this enemy, as he is very, very dangerous and a lot stronger than the previous church giant that we saw. We could also hear there a spatial sound that we heard earlier. We're going to now inspect this. Church giant friend appears to be up there. But currently with Cathedral Ward the way it is, there's little room to maneuver without having to fight another boss and move into another area. As we're doing Cathedral Ward, I'm going to now finalise or continue some quests from some other characters. In order to do this, we're going to go back through the ramp. We're going to spawn in at Yusefka's clinic.
Over time, countless hunters have visited this dream. The graves here stand in their memory. It all seems so long ago now. Over time, countless...
I only realised the tally wasn't on mute, so I do apologise for any double sounds.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion. Most of the holy chalices lie deep within the tomb of the gods, and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again in the hands of men. But if the old hunter tales remain true, one of the holy chalices is worshipped in the valley hamlet. Yet the town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge. Home now only to beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say?
Now, the old town, referring perhaps to a different part of the world. Now we can get an additional 2 hit points and rally potential which is the rally is where you're recovering from being hit by hitting back, and physical attack up by slightly less, but HP continues to recover. As we do have a small HP pool, I'm going to select the Temper and Blood Gemstone, and once we're able to fortify. Now we have a large amount of Bloodstone shards, so I'm going to upgrade the Saw Bigger in that time, and then keep this one in as well. We can now add the Blood Gemstone into our pistol. Now we want to go first for Sick Room for the Sefka's Clinic. Remembering we're looking to continue some quest lines.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yusefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then. If you find anyone who's still human, send them straight to Yusefka's clinic. You can assure them there's no place safer. Please, do me this service.
Okay.
If you please.
So, Yusefka, who we originally had as a nurse of some description, or a doctor of some description, advising us that she can't let anyone in, advising that she won't be able to let anyone near, is now advising that if she wants to help, that she will be able to. Let's see how this pans out. We're going to speak to other NPCs as well.
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I did this,
Yeah, but just gave us another
I made no use of it, but perhaps you. What afflicted me was incurable, but this town gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human.
Now we're going to see exactly what this new weapon will hold. So we can see it's a flame sprayer. It does require arcane of 8. And lucky enough, arcane is only at 7, so the next time we go back into the thing, we'll be able to upgrade it. We also have the option of the torch and the shield. I won't use them now personally myself, but obviously if you want to, you can. But now Now you're most familiar with this area, so you'll be able to run through these, taking up the easy kills and kill echoes as you go.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not?
So we have the option of telling of Yusefka's clinic or Odin Chapel. Now, the chapel dweller, despite seeming a bit creepy, did seem quite genuine in his endeavour. However, Yusefka seemed to have changed her tune quite a bit, and I wouldn't necessarily trust that myself. So for this first, body, we're going to see if we can send them to Odin Chapel, because there'll be less visits to Yusefka's clinic.
What do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with.
Okay, so the woman, despite being a bit aggressive, is going to proceed on to Odin Chapel. Okay. Now we're looking to double back a little bit. One of them fall. Makes that a little bit easier to do it. Now we can speak with the girl.
Hello, Miss Hunter. Still can't find my mum. Oh, okay. I can wait. But isn't there something I can do? Maybe Mum and Dad are stuck out there, waiting for me to come and find them. What do you think, Miss Hunter?
So we're going to tell her.
It's okay. Don't you, Miss Hunter? I love you almost as much as Mum and Dad. And Granddad.
No.
Don't you, Miss...
See our dog-like friend is still down there. We have a couple of responses, so we can proceed with now. Something we need to do, now that we're just away from the action, is to attempt to generate 10,000 blood echoes. The reason for this is there's an item that we can purchase that will make accessing the rest of the Cathedral world quite a bit easier, and it means we don't have to explore a new area just yet. The NPC characters Yusefka, Gilbert and the little girl have now been dealt with, so the quest lines for Central Yarnum for this portion of the game are finished, and we can proceed to just generate some echoes. I'm going to pause this as you do know the Central Yarnum route, so you know how to generate the echoes, and when I come back you'll see that I'll be able to buy the item in the tree. Excellent. Okay, so now that we're back, we're able to buy the item that we need. It might sound like a lot early on to dump in those echoes, but it means being able to see the rest of the cathedral. You can also find the doll up here praying.
Welcome home. What is... Over time, countless
No
hunters...
dialogue. It's okay. We're now going to spawn in on Cathedral Ward. Let's see where the dialogue from the
Oh, the hunter. Thank you. So that old girl, you told her about this place, right? Well, she don't offer me much in the way of conversation, but still, I'd rather see her alive anyhow.
Excellent.
If you find it, send them a...
We can now speak to this woman, see if she's got anything else on her. Except aggression.
Oh no, I haven't forgotten. Do you think I owe you something? Well, that's a fine lark, I'd say. This whole mess that Yarnum's in, it's all your fault. Stupidity outsiders. Our blood's ruined, tainted by your ilk. Don't you come near me. I know your type.
Now we could kill her easy, but you know, that would be again too easy. So we're gonna go ahead and proceed on. We're gonna target this guy and kill him early. Back over there. This guy you can just fly him around the well. Play a little bit more aggressive and speed things up. That. We can run past them or we can try and fight them. I'm going to run past them. Let's make it to the top area. You won't really follow you. This gives you access to the Cathedral Ward. Now, this area is rather straightforward. You want to peel around here and right. Inside that area that the church shines is a number of madman's knowledge, which won't benefit you by being associated. It's not focused quite head on because they're back in front, so I see it's the flame sprayer, which is extremely effective against you. As I mentioned before, cold blood is really useful to gain yourself some echoes. I normally prefer that unless you're urgent to upgrade, to avoid using them for a little while at least, because at least it gives you the opportunity to get more practice, kill more enemies, enjoy the game, and then whenever you're really stuck to purchase something, then you can use it. Like in a little while when we find a particular weapon that we want to purchase.
You're not from around here, are you? Well, an outsider who's come to join the hunt? What a pathetic idea. You what? What, you think I'm a beast? Well, maybe I think you're a beast. And step away from our castle.
Oh my, what a queer scent. I'll take it over the stench of blood and beasts any day. What is it then? I'm off during hunts, and besides, this is no place for ladies. Wouldn't want to drag you down too. I'm off during.
Okay. So this is the back alley in Cathedral Ward. You want to make sure that you avoid this guy on the right by just something first. Now, some more doors to knock on. Black church here. Want to wait for this enemy to walk past you. Sneak up. Dodge and avoid his bullets. We'll begin knocking on a couple of doors, see if there's anything useful to add.
Oh, we've the deepest gratitude for the church and all they do for us. Deepest, widest gratitude, yes. Yes.
Okay. There's some activity going on in here.
Praise you. Praise the old damn church. And then best of luck hunting. Best luck of all.
Okay, so he seems like a drunk, beating up or beating on something. Poison knives, which will make this equipping some of the new rhymes. We'll also quickly have a look at some of the new attires we have. So the blue means it's an increase, the red means it's a decrease. Typically we want to make sure that we're increasing physical defense and blood defense, as currently those are the two that are most likely used against us. So as you can see, this one lowers physical defense. Fire and blood defense are lowered, so we will refrain from using top hat. Black Church Hood, however, lowers physical defense and blunt, but it increases arcane and bolt, and particularly useful right now. We'll then proceed on to have a quick look. Okay, we heard someone just attack there, just staying vigilant as always. We can see the Hunter Guard and then the Hunter Guard, which really should be called the Armour Hunter Guard. But very little difference there at all. Black Church Guard, lower physical defense, higher thrust, arcane and bolt. Again, not particularly useful for what we're looking at right now. Same with the surgical long gloves. Particular to what we're looking to do, it's not terribly useful. Blood defense does increase when we use them, however, which is useful for getting shot at, although we dodge most of those anyway. And then finally we can see Black Church trousers, however, are quite useful because they increase damn near everything except frenzy, beast hood, and physical. Now the physical is only 10, so it's blood. The frenzy resistance on the hunter trousers is better because we're not going to get frenzied anytime soon. But we're also not going up against anything that requires a Black Church. It's just worth noting that they are useful for later. Now going to head up. Or getting shot as best as possible. Okay, we're going to try and lower that enemy down here. While avoiding the shots. Excellent. So now we can lower them all the way into the end. Which is where we've got that nice long stretch with a fair amount of space to move. Okay. We also know now that there's behind us. So we can hear some enemies above us there. They're off in the background, so we're just kind of avoiding them. Right down into the lower area. We'll grasp on what's available and what's not. The watchman of Bergmar guards the gate with a password, the sacred Alage of the Cathedral. Drop down on this dog. Sure not to break those other ones. Now we want to open up some shortcuts. 99% of this game is based off of that. The option to summon. We're going to take the other option first. Now that we have that gate. We're also going to take the opportunity to knock off these enemies as soon as they appear. That backfired greatly. Sorry about that, guys. Must have been an issue with my recording software because it keeps trying to crash on me. So anyway, we're back to where we just were, and essentially we're at the top of that ladder. Now we have the ability to drop down here. And again, it gives us one of our first messenger decorations. They don't really serve too great a purpose, but they look kind of fun. Deep within Cathedral Ward's loins, so to speak. The ability to keep going. Ignore that item up there, that is one thing that we will be able to get to later on. Here. Some fast, strong enemies in here. We don't want to lure them away. These two are friends from earlier. That's the best way to deal with those first two. Next you want to approach this one from behind. Rather than bury you. Just wait for that torch line to pass. sure to check absolutely everywhere to see if there's any hidden enemies. These characters here are quite dangerous. They have the option to frenzy you. They can take a large amount of damage. Let's see an example of this right now. The reason I kept on the Olm or the Yarnum Hunter's Garb is because of its ability to resist frenzy against these type of enemies. Unfortunately, these enemies are not only quick, but they're exceptionally strong. Now we've got a couple of different options. To the left of Cathedral Ward here is a new area that you'll be led to called Hemwick. Essentially there's some new enemies and new items to be found down there. No necessary story progression to complete the game, but at the same time it is useful to know it is just through this area and behind the church fields. Then to the right of it is an area that leads to a new area later on in the game called Yargul, the Unseen Village. Essentially, this area right now will just house a couple of dangerous opponents, which we're going to take on first, just to get them out of the way. Now you can see there's an item there. You can see there's some enemies on the top here as well. So we can see one guy there with an electric weapon, and then we'll use see the second one just off there using his black bow. What we're going to do to dispose of these enemies, we're going to approach back up here. We're going to drop down behind them, and we're going to sneak up on both of them. The reason for this is because they are extraordinarily powerful hunters, and the last thing that you want to have happen is to be disposed of by themselves. So we want to drop down. We want to walk. We don't want to run with these enemies as they are, again, difficult to deal with. So with the first enemy, we're going to charge up. As you saw at the beginning of this recording, the hunter I had lured up to the top with the electric item. I brought to him on his own, unfortunately for recording, going to crash him. Apologise about that. But essentially it's just a matter of using your poison knives on these hunters, with the first hunter that you see with the electric weapon, lower him up to the alleyway adjacent to the church, and just go to town on him. With this second one, it's about patience. You have to. He's a stronger hunter, so and he has the range with his weapon. So. Lowering him up isn't as effective as doing the damage to him away. If you're quick enough, you won't follow. Typically, he goes through. So you can lower him up and employ the same strategy as well, but it will be less effective as this hunter is not stronger. I don't really recommend my character would be weak enough to not be able to do enough damage to him. And his threshold for coming back is all the way to this corner, whereas with the previous hunter, it's actually about as far as where he's currently running between. So it is a bit difficult to try to catch him out, as he does have that long range weapon. So we'll run back up now. Yes, you will. Very quick and swift. Which is usually the biggest problem to face. That is unfortunate. Well, once you kill the hunter, that's pretty much it for Cathedral Ward's area, besides the new areas I discussed previously. So you can then fight the next boss. Yeah, that's pretty upsetting.